Perplexity Comet has been impressing me more and more, and I've been using it for about a month now, and I'm finding it even more valuable than. And I guess this is the way of the future with all the browsers. I'm sure OpenAI, Gemini will soon embed these into Chrome and so forth, and maybe even OpenAI will create its own new browser. In this video, what I want to focus on is a couple of use cases from a demand gen growth perspective, like doing research, like finding companies to do outreach, finding contacts, or preparing emails for them, maybe even optimizing content that is much more friendly for AI, getting the right tone of the content for your brand. So those sort of stuff. So these are the things I want to just give you a flavor of the power of genetic AI, genetic kind of browsing, how it's really changing the way we interact with our browsers. So that's enough of that. Let's get into it. So the first one, let's research, and I've prepared a couple of these prompts so we can focus on them and you focus on the content of the video itself. So here's a prompt that I'm going to just find high growth companies, and I want to find high growth companies in Australia, in Sydney, to invite them to an event. And I'm just making this event up. It's going to be like a cocktail event, a rooftop event. So I want to target these high wealth CEOs and founders, invite them to an event in Sydney in December, send them an email. So what we're going to do is research the top high growth companies, AI companies in Australia, and maybe even Sydney. I'll narrow it down to Sydney. Doesn't matter for now. And invite them to this event, right? So, and we want it to be automated as much as possible. So in this event, so I'm going to take the prompt here. Again, you see these are some of the criteria I'm looking for in terms of the event, and also what I wanted it to. I wanted to structure it out for this case, this example, but I just want them to be ranked high, medium, so I know. Okay, high wealth companies, some criteria. You can generate a prompt yourself. Just give what you're looking for in terms of your criteria for the companies you or research. So I'm going to go into this, go into Perplexity Comet, and let it find high growth companies. And bloody hell, that's really fast. So these are the companies, and it's done everything exactly what I want, including ranking high evidence of those. And here's all the medium ones. So what you can do, you can see here, you copy these down. So I'm going to focus on just the highs. Okay, so you just copy these down, and you see there it's download the sheet. So now what you have most important is you have the URL and a company, and you can see the company name. So. And you can add in the URL. So I can say because we need, when you're doing searches for Apollo or Clay to find the contacts, you need at least the domain. And in this case, I didn't, because it's in the prompt, didn't provide. So it's akin for the high, I'll just put there, for the high rank, can you include can you update the table to include URL, company, website, URL? Okay, so I'm going to focus just on the 5 because I want to invite those high growth companies, and there you go. It's created. Let me see. Where's the? Oh, it has it there. Oh, okay, it has there. Sorry. There's a URL and there's a domain. I actually did it in the first one. So I download this, as I said. Okay, so now I've got the list of high growth companies that I want, and this could be extensive if you wanted to, depending on your prompt. Well, in this case, it's done a good job of listing it in high, medium, low. I've downloaded it now. So I've got it here, my high growth companies, and these are I exported it out, and these are the companies that I'm trying to target. So what I'll do is, if I go back to the spreadsheet that I just downloaded now, so this one here, let me see. Okay, you probably won't see it because it's on another browser, but I just pasted this in here. And so now I've got a list in a few seconds, just no more than 4 minutes of the video. I already got a high list of companies that I can target. Now I'm going to take this list and use something like Apollo to Man, let me get it here. Apollo, something like Apollo to extract their contact details. Now you can use Clay as well, but so there are a lot of, and you can, depending on the plan, that some of them are free for limited per month. I know Apollo is, so you can extract their contact details. You can actually get. If I go into here, let me just do this. Okay, I want to target. Let's go Trust AI. Okay. And okay, let's go back to the prompt. Wait, let me just go into here, back here. Harrison, okay, reverence. Let's just say here, this one, and with, and okay, let's go B. Let's go B. Yeah, no. And can you find the emails of the founders, founders, or CEO of these two companies? Again, I can make the whole list, find the whole 10, but for now, I just want to give you examples because I don't want it to turn too long, but it does really fast. Again, you can use, and the quality I found is not as good, but you can say, oh, they've picked it up good. Okay, so they reached out. So it didn't see. At times is not good and so that's why I suggest using something like an Apollo Clay to the next level if you're trying to target that contact and specifically. So in this case, I actually did. I downloaded. So these are the contacts, okay, that I've created. So now what on so I've got I researched. I got Perplexity Comet to research the high growth companies in Australia. I used another. I can use if I prompt it again, I can go and find some of the contacts, the email addresses. Okay, and now what I want to do is take my high worth companies and send them an automated email, but customized to their to their company. Invite them to this event, and I want it to be sent as a draft. So in here in my inbox, so I can review it before I send it. So because it's personal, and I'm going to send it from my Gmail. Does that make sense? Now, what we want to do is get another prompt, so we can actually let me go back here. So here's the prompt I want to use, okay? And I want to just focus on, you can see here, I just want to focus on, so I've made a company called AI Hired, and we have a rooftop event in December. And please prepare and, okay, let me just say here, please prepare a personalized email invite. Okay. Personal invite and save it in my inbox. Now, I'll show you now, okay, so you can get a feel for it. And I want to just do these two companies just for simplicity, okay? And I've got my spreadsheets, so I'll tag my spreadsheets in Perplexity. So now if I go back here, and so these are tagged. You can see here, they're tagged. And what I mean by tagged is you just have to So you can see here, all these ones are open, and you can instruct it to go into whatever tag you have open to say, basically telling your assistant or your AI agent to go, hey, check, these are the details. In this case here, saying, please prepare personalized email. I put it into my draft. So my draft, and include a subject on it, subject and body. Please, here, make sure, I said it here again, make sure to put it into the email, recipient, subject, and the body of the email. Just try doing relevant AI and trust AI. Okay, let that churn. Now, what I'm hoping it does is take my instructions, and eventually we'll see an invite ready for me to, at least two of them, for me to review and send. So let's see how. Now, as this is churning, it's already picked up the spreadsheet because it's the more you provide clear instructions, the better. So as this is going, okay, I want to also do a couple others, especially around content. Now, if I looked at this content here, let me get out of this one. Just here it was. By the way, if you haven't watched, if you're outbound, this is all about outbound, and this Samantha is a great way of getting to know, crafting emails that are high open rates. It's really personalized. basically, I won't go into the 2 days, but basically the more personalized to their, using their LinkedIn, using their company, and using announcements, the better click-throughs. So what I want to do is, what if I can, you had a blog post or a thought leadership content that you want to rewrite in the tone and also enrich it with AI to make it AI friendly. So I'm just using this as a copy. So what I'm going to do is, if I go into one of my prompts, okay, so this is straight out of um, Mailchimp, voice personality voice. In the style guidelines, you see how they write, similar to Atlassian here. So if you go to their website, you can talk about how they write. I want to rewrite this at scale, so I'm going to take this, okay, and I'm going to rewrite it. Open up a new tab here. Go to my so please rewrite. Okay, again, I'm just tagging open documents. Rewrite the below copy, and I'm going to make it to make sure copy is here. So, and this could be your blog post. This could be some. Again, you can. It could be an article, any thought leadership content you want to rewrite. So I want to please below copy. Okay, in the move this in the tone of, now I'm going to do my, let's say, Atlassian. Okay, so now now you're going to compare this, and in the so remember with the Atlassian one, if we go back here, this is just listing their from their website their tone, and when writing bold, optimistic, so these are the character traits that you want. So if you go back to here, so is news questions whether career in sales was right for her. Let's see the Atlassian version. So here, Atlassian version is once wondered if sales was truly until she found a new way of working that not only helped her break through the quota, but also build a business in 8 figures. Okay, let's go back here. Career rifle until she discovered the approach of 7 figures. Oh, 7 figures and smashing into quota 8. So slightly changed, right? So you can see here the tone is slightly different because it's matching the Atlassian's tone. Along with these percentages. Now Samantha is ready to help join the masterclass. Let's see. Now it's ready to share. See, it's different. The tone is different, very subtle in a masterclass, and you will learn. Let's see what you will learn. A masterclass, join the masterclass. So slightly different. So let's just say now, again, the power of this is I can change. I can say now news or copy. Okay. Can you rewrite this copy in? Now I'm going to change it to Mailchimp's. So again, if you go back to Mailchimp here, this is a tone from the website. So nothing, nothing. So rewrite in a tone in this copy copy in this tone. Okay. So now I'm going to rewrite this in the content, but you can imagine at scale where you can have emails that are or content that you can do. This is just examples of really how Perplexity can be used as an agent within your browser that can open or interact with any of the other tabs and beyond. So in this case, you can see here, I wondered if it belongs sales. It turns out she needed a different approach, very different. So you can see here that the tone is more aligned to different to, you can see it's totally different to the Atlassian version. This is more aligned to the tone by Mailchimp. You can, if you go into here, a little offbeat humor, so you see there a little bit of more humorous in the tone. If you try to quick share again, it's very humorous in its own. So it's pretty powerful. Now I can get one step further and also say, and I'm going to go back to the other draft emails and see what happens there. Can you let's see, and I've got another prompt here But what I want to do is structure the email, structure the content so it's enriched for AI friendly. So basically having more structure to it, some keywords, the relevance, and also formatting. So for FAQs, probably not a good example. I don't know. Let's give it a go. Let's see. So let's go back to here. Can you now ensure the copy meets these criteria? Okay, let's see what it does. Make sure I'm going to put that insert. Okay. So what I want to do now, I didn't. What I did is actually, let me go back to it. Actually, I did it because I pasted. But what I can do is it did it. So it's the same content, right? And one of the criterias of the content is for AI to be, it's going to be structured, it's going to be enriched, and it has to have FAQs. That's important, especially around pain points, question led. And it did. So what I can, instead of actually pasting this, I can actually make this as a master, so I can put in other criterias that are important for me to ensure consistency in my content. So make it enriched. So whatever criteria you're looking for to make sure you don't have to rewrite. This is sort of a master list or instructions. And what I can do if I go back here, so let me give you another example. Let's go back here. Let's go to this content here, okay? And I'm gonna say, I can paste it in, okay, right directly. So can you please, I'm gonna make this more AI friendly. Please rewrite this copy again. Okay, I'm just going to say understands this copy. Put this copy there. That's the copy I just posted. Okay, it can be anything, any thought leadership content, with instructions from. This is not instructions. Okay, from my AI friendly. Okay, so again, I'm looking for FAQs. I'm looking for much more enriched in terms of structure. So let's see. So hopefully come through. Okay, here we go. So you see already some of the FAQs it's leading. So if you compare this one here, okay, it's quite different. This is geared around those instructions. And there you go, they're the FAQs. It includes the information just reworded for more friendly for AIs. Well, but it's pretty powerful where you can call on different applications within your browser to do tasks. Now, the one I started off with is we researched companies, we found contacts, and now we're going to do some outreach. And there you are. Look at that. And included the invites, and so you can see here 2 invites. Now, what I want to do, it's pretty cool. I wanted to but it's included. You can see here they included all 3, which and it's done a good job, right? Picked up all 3, invited to the event. Hope you're well. Hi, it is Sydney Cafe. Look, in now all the presentation. Now I can do this at scale. Imagine if I this of contacts, right? Was 100, for example. I can send them for my email. So if I don't have Apollo to do the sequences, I can just use it here. So let's just get out of here. So it did everything what I wanted, right? Given the relevance. This is, like I said, I would personalize this. Now I have to go back to here. I would go back one further and maybe not, maybe divide it, because you can see here there's reverence and trust combined. So I would go back, but it's picked up what I wanted, the event, why it's spectacular. So I said in the prompt, I wanted to emphasize, if you go back to the prompt here, not here, where are we? Yep. See, I wanted to talk about the event, the views and so forth, because it is an exciting event to entice people to. And again, so it's picked up reference, but what I'm going to do, go back to the prompt and just say, make sure that per domain, so I'm going to update the prompt. But there's some examples of where you can, or use cases from a demand gen, you can optimize, find research companies, high worth companies, or companies that do research at a fly. structure that research in a way that you can reuse it in multiple applications, meaning Word or Excel, so you can actually leverage that, all by the agent. Find contacts, and again, we get some examples. The quality of the contacts is not good, but if if just paying for a license Perplexity, this is probably, at least you have a way to actually extract some of the details. And you can use Apollo or Clay and so forth to find those contacts. And we talked about also content redesign or rewording for tone and also for AI. Hopefully that's a really good example that you found today of how Perplexity is really changing the way I work. It's pretty powerful and fast. I guess it's fast, all contained. Maybe others will, OpenAI and Gemini would launch something very similar. But so far, I'm finding this has helped me a lot to do my research, to combine my work up above here in terms of my applications, my Excel, my sheets, my Google, my slides, to integrate together at a really fast pace. Well, guys, again, this closes this video off. Hopefully you get a bit of a new insight to how the Perplexity Comet browser can be used from a demand gen and growth perspective. Please like if you feel this was adding some value, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.